This is Daryl Glenn again, coming to you on this beautiful Sunday in late September. Wanted to talk to everyone about a few things, mainly dealing with vaping in public. My wife and I went to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando at Universal Studios and had a really great time. And one thing I noticed, and we both noticed actually, is that there are a lot of vapors out there now. We went to Universal about a year ago, and there weren't hardly anybody, there wasn't anybody vaping that I could see, maybe one or two other people. This was about a year ago, like I said, but last night there were quite a few. I saw a whole bunch of people with the lanyards around their necks and just vaping, and it bothered me because we were in line, and anytime you were in line, there were Universal staff all over the place, and they would come up to you and say, you know, if they saw you vaping or whatever, they would come up to you and say, you can't use electronic cigarettes unless you're in designated smoking areas. And you know, the thing that really got me was that because it was being Halloween Horror Nights, it was The Walking Dead, which was awesome because I love The Walking Dead, and so there were zombies everywhere and scaring the absolute crap out of my wife. But there were fog machines everywhere, and that would allow, you know, the zombies to hide in the fog and then jump out and scare you. But you know, I just found it amazing that in today's day and age we can walk through fog machines and just have all this fog and everything around, and nobody bats an eye about that. But as soon as you take, you know, vape, everybody loses their mind. Now, we were in a long line for, I think it was the Evil Dead, and there were actually people smoking cigarettes in the line, you know, all crammed. It was a queue, so it went back and forth and back and forth, and there were people smoking in line, and that I can understand. I used to be a smoker for 20 years, and it was terrible. I mean, my wife and I were so far away from it that we could still smell it, and it was terrible. But I can't tell you how many times last night that someone came up to us and said, "You're not allowed to do that here." And I just thought it was ironic, you know. I mean, I'm vaping to get away from smoking. It started out as that, and if you'll see my other video, you understand. But I enjoy vaping now, and it doesn't bother anyone. And I think what we're fighting is a huge misconception. I mean, people see it, it's ignorance. People see you doing it, and you know, they don't comprehend. It's like Rachel Ray, she thinks it's cigarettes, you know. But we went through a smoking section, and it was terrible. No offense to any smoker out there, because God knows I used to be one, but to lump us vapors into the smoking category is just unreal to me, and it was very off-putting. Side note to everything that I'm saying is, maybe I'm just old, maybe I'm just, you know, a fuddy-duddy, maybe I'm just way too conservative in my views, which I'm not really, but the kids these days, girls in particular, don't get me started on the guys, but the girls, am I missing something? Because mom jean shorts are prevalent. And you know, we're at Universal Studios in Orlando, so we've got a good sampling of people all across the country and even the world. And the amount of mom jean shorts that we saw last night was astounding. So more so than the vaping, can we stop this, please? It is not attractive. It is on par to me with skinny jeans with guys. Guys wearing skinny jeans. I mean, who thinks that this is a good idea? I mean, you know, you're getting dressed at night, you know, before you get out. I picture this all the time. I picture these girls, you know, picking out what they're going to wear. Oh, we're going to Halloween Horror Nights tonight. What am I going to wear? and then they go in their closet and they pick out mom jean shorts with a midriff shirt, so you can see the mom jean shorts in their full glory. But I just picture them sitting in front of the mirror and putting it on, and turning around and looking at themselves and going, "Yeah, this looks good." I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But please, let's stop the skinny jeans on guys, and mom jean shorts for the girls. Not attractive. Nobody wants to see a guy in skinny jeans. I don't care who they are. And no one wants to see girls in mom jeans. That's just not attractive. So if that's in style, I'm out of style. Back to what I was saying. My wife and I went to Savannah, Georgia about a month ago, and we were in a restaurant, and the people at the restaurant, we were at the bar actually, and we were vaping, not being conspicuous, not being, just blowing the vape everywhere, but the bartender took our appetizer order, and then we were eating the appetizer and having a couple drinks, and she came over to take our food order, and she noticed us vaping at that point, and she said, "You're not allowed to do that in here." And I asked why, and she said that it's just their policy. And so my wife at that point got upset and said, "Check please, we're not going to order food here if that's what your stance is." And I said, "I'd like to talk to a manager." So they brought the manager over, and his explanation to me was that we don't want other customers thinking that you are smoking. And I looked over, we were right next to the kitchen as a matter of fact, and there was steam coming off of some of the food that they were preparing. And I pointed to the food and I said, "Do you see that steam coming off of the food right there?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Does anybody find that offensive?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, I'm doing pretty much the same thing. It's water vapor. It's steam, for lack of a better word. I don't care what other people think. If they don't know what I'm doing, then I'd be happy to educate them. But to ban it is just ridiculous." And so the three places that we've been to in over a year of vaping, cruise ship, I got told once on a Carnival cruise that I wasn't allowed to vape, and I had to move over to the smoking section, designated smoking section, which I didn't. And I kept vaping after she left, because really, it's just this ignorance level. So Carnival cruise is one, a restaurant in Savannah is two, and I may put a link down of where the restaurant is in the description box, so that all of you who know. I would love for people who live close to Savannah, or who even are visiting Savannah, to go. What in the heck is that? Anyway, got interrupted there. My wife had a Skype from my daughter and wanted to say hello. Anyway, I would love for all the people in Savannah, or even people who are visiting, to go to that particular restaurant and just chain vape. Like 20 of them go in there and just chain vape and see if they throw all 20 people out. So there, Carnival Cruise Lines, Savannah, and now Universal Studios. Oh, and one other thing, my wife works for the government, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But she got an email from the director of all in charge saying that there is a ban on tobacco products, and in the ban list was E-cigs, and I told her I would fight that because it's not a tobacco product. And I mean, they list specifically, chewing, dipping, cigarettes, and at the very end they said even E-cigs. So I don't know what we need to do, but I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Back in the day when there were hardly any vapors around, I would vape, nobody would say anything to me, but now it's starting to get where it's just, the ignorance level is just ridiculous, and I don't know what there is that we can do about it, but I'm going to keep on keeping on. I encourage you to keep on keeping on, and just keep doing this and keep trying to educate people that it's not cigarette smoke. Thanks for watching. That's all I got today, but listen, these mom jean shorts, please, I mean, that's almost more important than educating people about vaping. Educate people about skinny jeans and mom jean shorts. Got to get rid of that. Thanks. Have a great Sunday. Take care. Okay, I'm filming.
Great.
So tell me what your thoughts are on vaping in public. Because I know whenever we go out to restaurants or whatever, you can't stand it when I vape.
Big like puffs of clouds?
Big puffs of clouds, yes. So what are your thoughts? Like last night we went to Universal and people were all, you know, you can't do that here and all that stuff.
Well, I can tell you that I'm pissed that they told us we had to go be with the regular smokers.
Yeah?
Because we do this because we don't want the smoke.
Right.
Right.
So are you against vaping in public?
No.
Okay. And what are you vaping on right now?
Candy cane.
I know, but what are you using?
A DCT tank or a DC tank or whatever
it's called? It's a DCT tank. Is that a cartomizer or atomizer in there?
Cartomizer.
Yeah, very good. And the flavor is candy cane? See, that's vaporous clouds of smoke, or smoke. See, now I sound like one of them. That's massive clouds of vapor.
When you do it and we're in a restaurant and you just let go of this huge cloud, people think we're smoking. So if you be more discreet about it, then nobody will say anything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was the place in Savannah that we went to where they asked us to stop?
The Cotton Exchange.
The Cotton Exchange?
Yes.
Okay, so we boycott the Cotton Exchange.
Correct.
And did that upset? How did that upset you? Why did that upset you?
Aside from the strongly odorous person next to us.
What do you mean by that?
And us sitting at the bar right next to the kitchen where they were cooking, and the manager standing next to us while the bartender told us, "I know it's not smoke, but you can't do that in here," and him saying nothing. The whole situation sucked.
So
and we're not smoking, and their excuse is it'll make people think you're smoking. Well, then educate people.
Exactly. All right, your thoughts on mom jeans?
Oh my God, why? Why?
How many mom jeans did we see on someone under the age of 20 last night at Universal Studios?
Many to count, and it's disgusting. Why?
Okay,
See, when I was little, that was your only option. When I was young, that was it. And then they came out with hip huggers, and that was cool and in style. Why take it away?
What about skinny jeans? What are your thoughts on skinny jeans? On men?
I think it's disgusting on men.
Okay, this is coming from a woman, everyone. This is not coming from me.
Yeah, it's not sexy.
It's not sexy? Why isn't it sexy? What is it that you don't like about skinny jeans?
They're feminine. So on men, not good.
Okay, you heard it there from a woman, guys. Quit wearing skinny jeans. Anything else you want to add to this?
No.
Okay. Bye.